So Dana White confirmed that Josh Hokit will be fighting Derrick Lewis on the UFC White House card, the UFC 250 Freedom card, in a fight where that's going to be an absolute scrap, right? It's going to be an absolute scrap. And obviously Josh Hokit is a guy with tons of momentum right now, coming off a war against Curtis Blaydes in a fight that was very close, very competitive, but an absolute war. He got the decision victory there, and he's going to roll that momentum into fighting Derrick Lewis. Now, Derrick Lewis is a guy who's been in the UFC for years now, just like Curtis Blaydes, to be fair. But Derrick Lewis is nowhere near as athletic, isn't going to move as much as Curtis Blaydes, but also is a lot more powerful than Curtis Blaydes as well. You know, we saw Derrick Lewis stop Curtis Blaydes with a couple of punches. It took Josh Hokit 3 rounds of going to war, and he still couldn't stop Curtis Blaydes. So Derrick Lewis is definitely going to be the bigger man. He's going to have way more power there. Josh Hokit isn't particularly hard to hit. Curtis Blaydes had no trouble finding his chin or finding his head at least. But Josh Hokit took the shots pretty well. But again, taking a shot from Curtis Blaydes and taking a shot from Derrick Lewis is not the same thing at all. Not even remotely the same. Right? Derrick Lewis has got real power in his hands. Again, the build up for it, I imagine, will be pretty fun. Derrick Lewis is a guy who doesn't really give a toss, and Josh Hokit just steals press conferences. You know, whether you like it or hate it, you're talking about him. He garners attention. He gets people's attention. He drives views clearly, and he gets people talking, which is what the UFC want, which is what any promoter would want. You know, I don't want to have to spend more money on promoting a fight. I want my fighters to promote my fight for me. And that's how you get opportunities. That's how you get big paydays. And when you win, that's how you build momentum. So, not surprised that Josh Hokit's been not steamrolled, but, you know, rolled into another big fight so quickly after the Curtis Blaydes fight, particularly, you know, even though it was a war, the UFC is desperate for stars. It's desperate for stars, especially at heavyweight. They are starving for stars at heavyweight. There is nobody young at heavyweight that's making waves other than Josh Hokit, really. Josh Hokit absolutely arrived on the scene with that win against Curtis Blaydes, and he's going to roll that momentum into the Derrick Lewis fight. Now, again, like I said, stylistically, it's going to be a much, much, much harder fight for him because, I say that, Josh Hokit has got a wrestling background. He's an accomplished wrestler. Maybe he could take down Derrick Lewis. I could actually see that because he's small and he's got a good wrestling pedigree. I could see him actually taking down Derrick Lewis, but it does sort of feel like him doing that would sort of take away a bit of his aura. The aura he's got now is that he went to war with Curtis Blaydes. He's a striker. You know, he can take a shot. He can give a shot. Again, you can't do that against Derrick Lewis. If that's your game plan against Derrick Lewis, you're in for a short night, right? So maybe he'll use his wrestling. But he's a good fighter. I think he's definitely got some tools there. You know, that win against Curtis Blaydes showed a lot. So he's definitely got some tools there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Josh Hokit facing Derrick Lewis on the Freedom card. I'd be super curious to know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.